All right, welcome in everybody. It is the Saturday edition of Daily Bread coming at you live. We only got, I think, two more of these before we have college football included in a glorious Saturday slate with the MLB, with European soccer, and the MLS. So we got you coming live with best bets in all of them right at 11 o'clock on the East Coast. So we appreciate everyone tapping in with us. The show is powered and sponsored by the Wise Guys Diamond Club. Be sure to be hopping in with them for the weekend, week, month, whatever you want to do. Hit them up in the DMs. They'll hook you up. Yes, we did not go live at 9:30 today. It is what it is before the 10 a.m. Premier League stretch, but we still got you covered with the rest of the matches today. So hop over to YouTube if you want to be featured in today's show. We had a lot of winners dropped in the chat, so make sure you're screen grabbing them and tweeting at us. Sosa had a fantastic day. The Yankees might be becoming frauds, but it is what it is. If you're on Twitter, we appreciate you there too. But let's get some bread, as MB saying it. Sosa, how you feeling?
Fucking splendid. Another great day. It's been a great week. Yeah, just glad to be continuing on the upward trajectory, man, as we enter into other sports. It's been a great baseball season. Some people can't handle the full grind of that season, man, but I think we maneuvered through it really well collectively, and we're just going to continue to continue to go up. Other than that, last night, listen, the Yankees, they've played some pretty terrible baseball the last 2.5 weeks. There's really no way
They
around.
were 500 through July. It's been since July 1st.
And I want to be positive, because I do have some Yankee fans that are friends, and I don't want to be overly critical, but Lord Jesus, they need something, because right now it's looking like they might let the rest of the division back in the division, and they had a 15 game lead. No,
The
listen,
Jays have dropped. The Jays have dropped three in a row, which has really hurt. That I mean, that's why I was saying you look at it, but then the
we've
O's are
still been
literally the
so
next
bad.
ones in line. The Rays are kind of dropping. It's kind of where the Yankees aren't losing much ground because the rest of the teams in the division are just dropping them. Other than the Red Sox, who are on a 3-game winning streak.
See, and listen again. I wanna believe that, because we've been saying it. I've been saying it all year. Like, okay, they're not that bad, or they're not playing that bad, or it's not possible for them to play that bad. But bro, they are playing fucking terribly, and they're losing. They're losing games on base running errors, and just like all
How
the
nice would the
little.
last two Jordan Montgomery starts look in that rotation right now?
I
He
there
made me eat my words last night, but he threw another stellar game getting to the NL. Not sure what it is so far, but two gems.
Absolutely. And then again, it's just interesting. Dodgers, obviously, no runs through the seventh inning, like someone said. Got 8 in the seventh and eighth. Covered the run line, the super run line, and the team total, all after the sixth inning. Um, First time in 15 games that the first five money line did not hit for the Dodgers, and it was 0-0. So you still got to push if you took it. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to think anything else that the Minnesota
Bills,
Twins, like I said, that was an easy call. Like I said, had they lost last night, they'd be looking at themselves sideways, especially with the way that Cleveland continues to play. So, just that worked out well. So, we're just gonna just keep at it. So I think the first thing we're getting into today is
I was going to say, before we get
Brent.
over to that, Sosa, you can't ignore the Phils are 2-0 against Scherzer so far this season. They take down DeGrom today. I told you yesterday if they won, I'd be all in. I'd be more than
There
all in
we go.
today.
Hey
And
man,
you get a Nola day against DeGrom. We'll get to that game later. I'm not going to be betting it, but we got leads up 1-0 as well. But yes, we're going to start in the Prem today.
yes sir.
So, you got any goal scorers for today's match between Manchester United and Brentford here? Because that's going to be kind of leaning towards where I'm going with the play in this match.
No, I'm not touching it. I'm going to defer all the soccer plays to you today. I'm going to give the Premier League like 2 more weeks before I start picking my goal scorers. Yeah, that's really. I'm just waiting.
Yeah, after hitting Kulovetsky last week, we're going to stay off it because we didn't get the 10 a.m. slate in there. And with Manchester United up top, supposedly Ronaldo's going to be playing today. Who knows? Ten Hag, what he's been saying sounds more confident, but it still sounds like they got some beef they got to figure out there. So that's where you would have to wait up for lineups if you want to do any time goal scorers. So we're a little too early for that here. But
he's 38.
He's 38, but they still don't have a midfield. Their defense is still in shambles. That's where, yes, there is a hungry dog on the slate. It doesn't come with Brentford here, but if you're going to give me the home side at plus 0.5 or the draw double chance at minus 110, we're going to be rocking with the Bees here to pull out a result. I wouldn't be shocked if they win outright. I wouldn't be shocked if United figures it all out after the slump in the first one either. This is a wild card, a toss-up game. So I like that angle there. And then you can also be rocking the over 2.75 at even. I think both teams are scoring here. So you can choose either of those two plays. I'm doubling up in the Prem match here with the over 2.75 at even and Brentford plus 0.5 at minus 110. There's no way I could lock in a Manchester United money line bet with the Leeds kid on.
I like that.
Over 10 corners. If you want to get into that market and rock with AL Bullen, go for it. A lot of people are getting ready for the baseball talk. We got one more match that we'll talk about in Serie. This one's coming at 2:45, so spacing you out throughout the day with the soccer plays, and we'll get to the MLS at the end of the show. Inter back on the board today. They're going to Lecce. I think same trend as the match from Prem, different one where we took the Tottenham team total over 2.5. We're going to be rocking the Inter team total over 2.5 at plus 123. You can take the over 3 at minus 105 if you don't have team totals available, because clearly that would push for the Inter team total bet to come through. I just like the plus money route with Big Ron back and Martinez up top. I think if you watch, sure, you can't take what their preseason or friendlies before going in, but they've been dropping 4, 5 plus left and right with ease. Lecce looks like they could be going back down this season. I like a 3-0 win, if not more. So Inter team total over 2.5 plus 123. And there are 3 plays to start off the show.
Yes, sure. I love it.
All right. What everyone really came here for, because Sosa, I don't know, what you got a questionable DM last night, and then it is what it is, but you've been doing the voodoo. Not so sure what we're going with here because we don't talk about the bets before the show, but where are we leading off the slate for MLB?
All right, hear me out. On this show, I fade you Darvish on the road. I know Anibal Sanchez is starting for the
Washington. Just take the over.
No. Listen. I know he's starting. Right? But if you're going to give me the first 5 money line at plus 240, I got to bet it. I got to sprinkle that on the Washington Nationals. Yu Darvish has been a virtual money printer over the last 2 seasons on the road, no matter who he's faced. He might come out here today and strike out 10 guys and look like a Cy Young Award winner. But at plus 240, I don't have a choice. I have to bet it. So that's my first play. It's the Washington Nationals first 5 money line against San Diego. San Diego just found out that their superstar, well, you know how I feel about him. He can hit the ball, but he can't play a lick of defense. He'd be a perfect DH. Was taking anabolic steroids because he had ringworm on his neck. I don't know about you, but that might be the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. Like again.
Sounds like what's in dodgeball when the person took beaver tranquilizer. It literally sounds like what he was taking.
What the fuck? Like,
James Whitman still getting struck out in the minors?
Bro, did you see what the owner said? The owner says we were looking for him to, show some level of maturity. Remember, this is a guy that got hurt on a moped, and they could have wiped it clean. Entire contract. They could have played the whole deal. And they said, nah, you know what? He's such a big part of our future. So we're just gonna glaze over it. No big deal. And then he does this. This is just, I don't like to pile on to athletes as far as this, but this is like just unbelievable. At 23 years old to be doing this, like, I don't want to hear any of the excuses. If you're a professional athlete in the year of our Lord 2022 and you don't know what the fuck you're putting in your body, don't just get the fuck on. You're a nerd. You're a fucking weirdo. Yeah, you didn't see they got in like a motorcycle accident during the off season. Fucked up. That's how he fucked up his wrist.
So
But yeah,
that's where Sosa, if the people don't want to be too crazy, a different route you could be looking for this one here is just the Nats first 5 team total over 1.5. That's sitting at plus 105. Just a different route you could be going at it. And then with the Anibal, it's kind of tough because the Padres first 5, 2.5 is listed at minus 140 or greater. So that makes it a little too tough.
yes, sir. Second play today is the Saturday is the opposite way on a play that I know a lot of people are going to hammer. You're on Nola and DeGrom to just shut down these lineups. I'm on the opposite side. I think this
I
game.
didn't say that.
What I mean, I think everyone expects, not you in particular, but
Okay.
the
Just
majority
making sure.
the majority of
I
people
choose
are
my
expecting-
words very precisely. I don't like to be paraphrased.
They're trying to find
That's a sunny quote, if anyone.
people are going to hammer this game going under. I think the game goes over. Give me a flat 6. I think the game goes over 6. I'm taking the over 6 at minus 118. As great as DeGrom is, they might pitch him 5 innings and the bullpen can give up. The back end of the bullpen is really good. The middle of the bullpen, they can be had. So over 6, and then also like there's a possibility that New York could just smack y'all around. So over 6 at minus 118, I have to take it. The number's just way too low. It's just way too low. Saturday, it's beautiful weather outside. I think this goes over 6. So that's my second play. Phillies, Mets, over 6 at minus 118. Where are you tackling any baseball? Or are you staying exclusively to footy today?
I think I might be staying exclusively to footy today, obviously, because I'm watching the Leeds Southampton match right now. Wolves ain't doing shit. That game's 0-0.
Perfect. So yeah,
I got the looks, but actually, I think I might have a hungry dog here today potentially. But what else you got for us today?
My next play comes in the Seattle game, and I'm running back the same play as yesterday. It's actually a pretty trendy play on this show. It's not the run line today. It's the Seattle Mariners first 5 money line at minus 106. Again, I've explained that where they're standing as a team. They have to continue the upward trend. They have to continue to try to beat teams that are losing and that stink, like Texas Rangers, because of teams like Toronto, Baltimore, and possibly Boston. Obviously, Cleveland is in that mix as well. Cleveland and Minnesota is going to be in that mix as well because whoever doesn't win the division will probably be still in the mix for a wild card spot. So Seattle has to continue to play well. Gonzalez has been pretty good. Last week he cashed us on the first 5. I like this. I like to play again at minus 106. Seattle first 5 money line, minus 106. Obviously, I don't have to tell you guys the parlay we run every day. It's going to be the Baltimore Orioles plus 1.5 with the Dodgers minus 1.5. Baltimore Orioles today are debuting a pitcher who's very, very, very big in their organization. He is their number 1 prospect. I know people usually fade a lot of these guys, but I think he comes out and he gives them a gem. This Tampa Bay team has been anemic offensively. I like him to give Tampa just as much trouble as McClanahan will probably give to Baltimore. I expect for DL Hall to match him. McClanahan has regressed a bit, given that he is now at the highest number of innings pitched he's ever pitched in his career from just a workload standpoint. So I know everybody's like very, very high on him, and they think he's just going to breeze through 6 innings. This Baltimore lineup, they're not scared. They get on the base pads. They're very aggressive on the base pads, and they hit for power and average. I'm rolling with the Baltimore Orioles first half money line as well at plus 150. If you're going to give me a team that's played very well, I have to sprinkle that. I'm not going to encourage everyone to put a whole unit on it, but the first 5 money line with the push potential of the game being tied at possibly 0 or 1-1 or just being a pitcher's duel. At plus 150, I love the odds. And I think that's all I'm going to really go after today. Let me just get you the price on the parlay so we can make that one official.
Yes, sir. Then I'll give you my 2 looks, and then I'll make one of them official.
So officially, it's going to be Baltimore run line, Dodgers run line. It's at plus 160. And yeah, I'm rocking with it 100%. Both teams are just over 60+%. From a sports betting standpoint, how can you say no? So let's get on to the real most important part of the show.
I got to ask you about a dog of the day in the MLB, but one of the wildest lines out there today is the Angels' first 5 team total 1.5 being a minus 153. They really think they really do not trust Bundy there at all.
Yeah, I'm not. If I had to lean it to be Minnesota again, I think Minnesota understands the task here. You cannot be dropping games to teams that have no competence and have showed complete incompetence all year. You cannot do that. If anything, I would lean towards the over 8. I think both teams can get off offensively without having to touch either of these pitchers. Obviously, Detmer's had a no-hitter, which I'm still trying to figure out how the fuck that even happened because he's been absolute ass since. How the fuck did he?
That's what happens, though, man. It's literally how it always happens.
Since that, he sucked. The team sucks. They're gonna lose Shohei Ohtani. I would say free Mike Trout, but he kind of likes it there. So
it's like why people come to the MLS. Not that much pressure when you play in that type of environment.
They're a fucking disaster, bro. But yeah, other than that, I have nothing else that I really like in baseball. I mean, I would lean towards the over in the Yankee Red Sox game again because we didn't get it last night. But when you leave 17 people on base, that's what happens.
So the way I'm going here, Sosa, and this is one of the hungry dogs of the day that we got here. We struck out in our first 5 team total on the Brewers yesterday. They only put up 1 run. And now, even though just because Burns is on the mound and short his last 2 starts against the Cardinals, he's gone 7 innings in both of them and hasn't gave up a run. Order always finds its level. Cardinals on the money line at plus 130 here with Waino at home. I don't know. I'm just not trusting it because Burns is on the mound the way that the Brewers have been playing over the last 10. The Cardinals are 8-2 in August. They get hot at the right time. Plus 130 on the money line. We'll take it.
All right. Let's lock it in. But listen, let's get to the real most important part of the show. It's MLS Rex. I don't know is Austin playing today?
Yeah, man. It's juicy though.
Then we're betting LAFC.
Even you named the 2 juiciest ones. 2 best teams in the West. That's what happens when you name those squads. Let me switch the ticker. Yes, so Austin, they're laying somewhere between a minus 150 to a minus 175 price. And they get Sporting Kansas City in there, which is one of our favorite teams to fade. You're going to have to use Austin in a money line parlay. That's really the best way to put it. If you want to use it in whichever way. We stayed off them last week. They drew 3-3 at home to San Jose because we were smart because they're laying minus 200 on the money line. Back-to-back weeks, the books have finally caught up to our cash cow and are overpricing them. That is our biggest issue. So, easy. First bet of the day. Red Bulls, Orlando, over 2.5, minus 119. Why? Because I'll be there. 2, because the Red Bulls, they press the shit out of clubs, and it's finally not 85 plus degrees outside, so the legs won't be worn out. Sure, over this long season, they've started to show it, but at home is where they've scored 2+ more often than not with Lewis Morgan in the middle there. I expect Orlando to get one on the board as well. So at 2.5 at minus 119, we'll take the over.
Yes, sir.
You got Bale to score today?
No.
So, sorry. Had to take the Celsius break. It's fucking delicious. But Toronto, they finally got all the Italians to show up. What they do last week, they won 4-3 on the road. We were warning the people to say to be backing on that club more often than not. Today seems like a big time letdown spot, so we'll be staying off that game there.
Yes, sir.
Next spot that we'll be going with here, FC Cincinnati. I think they've had a very good long stretch up as of late. I don't think the club and the culture has shifted as of late, as of right now, and ATL is fighting for that spot. So your hungry dog of the day in the MLS is ATL on the money line at plus 248. Let's hope Josef Martinez and Luis Gonzalez is in the lineup there. That'll make me 4 meal confident. If you want to take them on the draw double chance or the plus 0.5 at minus 117 to get the extra insurance if they draw, you can take that route as well. But ATL is our hungry dog of the day. It seems like they've turned it around. They're weathering some injuries right now, but the attack is strong, and that's usually a good mantra when you're going into Cincy.
Yes.
That has to do it. That's 6. That's the 6-pack.
That's why I only had 4 plays, because I know that Rex is going to dominate the slate today. Just make sure y'all tweet and tag him when he wins y'all shit tons of money today.
The lean, the official lean of the show, Gladbach on the money line in the Bundesliga, because shout out to Joey B and AJ. We faded Schalke, I think, for almost like 25 games straight when they dropped 25 or games in a row where they went without a win. They're back up in the Bundesliga. I forgot to shout it out last weekend when you could have faded them at plus money. So,
Bro, hold on. This guy can't be serious. Steven, you're our boy, but you're kidding. He's joking. He's joking. He's got to be joking. He's joking. He's certainly joking.
6-pack of plays, 2 hungry dogs. I got 2 plays that are minus money, minus 110 and minus 119 on those 2. But let's have ourselves a day. Let's just ignore it. Just ignore it. You don't have to acknowledge it. He can use the Google machine. We all have it. Get Boz, get Cam, just get them.
Yeah, just
get them.
That's fucking hilarious. Oh man. But yeah,
NFL, what do you think about the games last night?
Right. I'm glad we're getting there. Zach Wilson news, he's gonna be out 2 to 4 weeks with a bone bruise in his knee. I mean, it looked worse than it was. Shout out to Teflon Reek, man. Prayer works. So Zach still has a chance to play the whole season. So shout out to that. Any takeaways?
Jordan Davis is a monster. That's about it. That's all I saw.
I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I mean, Trey looked very comfortable in the confines of what he's going to be asked to do. Obviously, he completed the 1 deep ball to Danny Gray. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't really take much away. It's a good opportunity for players to get on the field and adjust to game speed, I suppose, to some extent. No, just get out there in front of people. But I don't. There's not too many major takeaways. When I keep saying that half the guys out there are going to be playing in the XFL in 8 months, so it's not beneficial for me to look at any of these games from a gambling standpoint. Which, believe it or not, at this point, like unless it's my team, that's the only reason I'm really watching other teams. You know what I mean? Like I'm not checking out any other team because I want to watch them play football, except for like maybe like Lamar Jackson or a couple players. But yeah, like I'm not checking out preseason football, and because at the end of the day, I'm just praying nobody gets hurt. When you saw the Zach Wilson news, like that's like the major reason that even got me like clicked into football last night. It's like everyone was tweeting about him getting hurt. So it's not. I have no interest in preseason football. If you're winning betting preseason football, I'm happy for you being able to.
It was a bad night for Twitter doctors last night. Everyone diagnosed him with an ACL tear. Very bad night for Twitter doctors.
It looked bad because it was non-contact. And those are the ones you're most fearful of. You know what I mean? Like
I know, but still, I'm just saying that all the Twitter doctors out there, just like fucking take a chill pill, man. Like you don't need to go viral in every
bad though. I'm not gonna lie. Like
don't matter.
I would be expecting the worst too. Like he didn't get touched. So like that's probably the scary part. You know what I mean? But it's good to know that he's good to go, and that everything is all right with him, and it's not something that's going to cost him the season. So, Jets fans, you still have it's some positive news, good for y'all. But yeah, nothing else really in regards to that. Going to be releasing a podcast on Tuesday, um, giving my personal takes on everything officially, where I think teams are going to be ranked offensively, defensively, and just my full on predictions just from me personally. I'll be dropping that on Tuesday for everyone. I've been recording it over the last couple of days. So um, yeah, it's not a bunch of spreadsheets, but I promise you, it's good information.
Yes, sir. Other than that, it's a beautiful, I hope it's a beautiful Saturday wherever you are. It is up in the northeast of the
Lovely.
United States. Get those windows open. Go enjoy yourselves today. Let us do the work for you. I think you had 10 plus plays to be able to choose from today's episode, all in 20 minutes. We appreciate the number one subscribers out there. Episode 298 on Monday, $300, three $100 giveaways for the subs of the channel. We'll get other people involved as well, but make sure you're sub. Easiest way to make sure you're eligible. Send us a DM to extra make sure you're on the list. If you've seen us before, we've done plenty of giveaways. It's been a while, but we're back. $300 will be given out. Sosa, we out.
Peace.